Hello dear students, this is Dr. Govind Sarswat, Assistant Professor in English from Government College Degana. Dear students, in this lecture we will talk about dramatic monologue. It is prescribed for the students of BA third year. Dramatic monologue is a kind of poetry which was popularized and perfected by a great Victorian poet, Robert Browning. Dramatic monologue is cast in the form of a speech addressed to a silent listener. So, in a dramatic monologue, there is a speaker who reveals his character to one or more than one listener. We are made aware of the presence of the silent listener by the comments of the speaker. The listener is not allowed to speak. Now, let us discuss what makes this form of poetry dramatic as well as gives it an identity of a monologue. It is a part drama and part poetry. It is a compromise between drama and soliloquy. The first thing is that the poet keeps himself entirely out of the picture or action. That is why it is dramatic. And then no one besides the speaker is allowed to speak, so it is a monologue, not a dialogue. The character speaks on the spur of a dramatic crisis, thus, the monologue is essentially lyrical. In a way, we can say that a dramatic monologue incorporates qualities of a drama, soliloquy, and a lyric. There are many essential features of dramatic monologue. The first one is that the poem opens at a critical point, giving a startling beginning to that poetic piece. The poet chooses a moment of crisis in the life of the speaker, and the reader is plunged into the midst of a critical situation in the life of the speaker. Each of the dramatic monologue has an abrupt and arresting beginning, suggesting that the present situation is the continuation of something that has gone before. For example, I would like to quote here some lines from My Last Touches and Ulysses. My Last Touches is written by Robert Browning, and the beginning is, "That is my last touches, painted on the wall, looking as if she were alive." So, this beginning suggests that the Duke is talking about his Duchess who is dead, and he is showing her picture to someone, a silent listener. So, from the very beginning, the readers begin to think why Duchess is dead and why her husband is showing her picture and to whom he is showing. These all questions, they startle the reader from the very beginning. So this is the basic and fundamental feature of a dramatic monologue. Then we have Ulysses, written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. It begins as, "It little profits that an idle king by this still hearth among these barren crags, messed with an aged wife, I mate and dole unequal laws unto a savage race that hoard and sleep and feed and know not me." These lines by Ulysses suggest that Ulysses is not satisfied with his present life of luxury in his own kingdom when he is with his wife, with his people, but even then he's not satisfied, he's not happy. The reason being that Ulysses loves a life of adventure. He has faced many dangers, many storms in his life, and now that has become a part of his life. Without them, his identity is nothing, his existence is nothing. And The contrast creates a kind of dissatisfaction. So these are the two examples which show that a dramatic monologue has a startling beginning. After the dramatic beginning, the second important feature of a dramatic monologue is that it presents a character analysis of the speaker. The character in a dramatic monologue reveals his mind. We get a chance to know much about the speaker, who in the course of his speaking reveals his inner thoughts or his real nature. In My Last Touches, Browning makes us familiar with male dominance, chauviness of art, boasting of heraldry in the Duke's character, and innocence and goodness of heart in the Duchess character. In My Last Touches, the Duke has a gift of gab, but even then he says that he doesn't know how to prove his point of view. For example, let's have a glance or look towards some lines when he says that she had a heart. How shall I say? Too soon mad glad, too easily impressed. Then at there is one more instance when he says that she thanked man, good, but thanked somehow. I don't know how. As if she ranked my gift of a 900 years old name with anybody's gift. Who would stoop to blame this sort of trifling? And above all, a tragedy in 5 words when he says that this grew, I gave commands, then all smiles stopped together. These all statements of the Duke show that in a way he tries to convince the silent listener that it was not his fault, that the Duchess is in the form of painting, painted on the wall. He was innocent. What could he do? It was the fault of her Duchess. But the Duchess, the painting of Duchess and her fortune, that clearly show that Duchess is pure, innocent, and it is a hideous joke of destiny that she was married to a black devil like the Duke. Then, the third important feature of a dramatic monologue is argumentation. The monologue not only gives an account of the weaknesses or the strengths of the speaker, but they also provide some ground to the character to put forth their appeals. My Last Touches is full with such type of logic and cunning statements because anyhow the character tries to prove his point of view in a correct way. Duke does not accept his own fault. He, on the other hand, tries to prove that the Duchess was at fault and he had to kill her. Although it is not clearly stated, it is just hinted in All Smiles Stopped Together. So, uh, again, we can quote from Ulysses when Ulysses tries to prove his point of view that why should I stop and make a pause here in Ithaca, and what why it is necessary for him to set out on a journey once again towards the horizon, ever shifting horizon, because He loves to live a life of adventure. Without adventure, his life is empty. His life is without any color. In order to enjoy the life to the maximum, he has to go on his own journey. So these are the important features of dramatic monologue. I have been recording some lectures of other classes also. That's why the mingling of some terms can be seen in my recording. I beg your pardon, but I feel that whatever I have recorded for you in this lecture is useful, and I hope that I could make you understand the basic information or the basic funda behind writing dramatic monologue. Thank you.